Well, good evening, everybody. This is a silver contest, and this is for an eagle. Not a Morgan, but an eagle. And this for the first person that can tell me with authority. I don't want a bunch of stupid guesses. People just throwing names out there. But if someone can tell me just what this is, and all I can tell you is that all I know about is a friend of mine gave me this some 30 years ago, and it is a grazing animal because obviously these are molars. There are no sharp teeth. There are no sign in the front of the mouth that there were ever any other teeth there, and these are definitely grinding teeth. So this was, excuse me, a herbivore, and I have no idea whether it's 100,000 years old or 100 million years old. And I'm going to give you every possible view of it, and hopefully someone out there, and you don't even have to be a, a, somebody that subbed me. You don't even have to have ever watched my channel before. Anyone out there, the first one that can tell me with any authority what what this is a fossil of. This is stuff is tremendously hard. It's rock hard. Now I thought I can tell you all the things that I've thought about this, and I can tell you the few things that I know about this. But I do not know what this is. I don't know where it was found. I don't know how old it is. Okay? All I know was that it was a grazing animal because of the nature of the molars. And it has these grooves in both sides. Now my first thought was when I tried to figure this out was that perhaps those were in fact some form of tusk. Now I've had an oral surgeon friend of mine that looked at this and he said no, these things here he thought were the grooves for the other jaw. All right. Now, to me, if they were that, they would be set way back here because it's pretty obvious to me that this is the front of this animal and this was the back. And that, in all probability, I think that this here was probably the roof of its mouth, although I have nothing to base it on other than my own opinion. Although it could have been the base of the mouth, but then how do you explain these things? Are these this to me is this a if this is the bottom jaw, then what are these things? What are these grooves for? And if this was in any way, this would be if this was the upper jaw, which I think it was, and this would be the back of the upper jaw because the front because it's so much narrower, see, then this thing here would have had to have been part of the nasal cavity, and in the brain would have been up here somewhere. See, the brain would have been up here somewhere. That's why I thought this is part of the nasal cavity. This, whatever this was, it seemed like it supported a big muscle here. So that's why I got the idea that maybe these things were the precursors of where tusks were. But my oral surgeon friend could be very, very right. And but I have no if the hinges. I'm trying to think of you feel where the hinges are on your jaw, and it wouldn't make much too much sense for the hinge to be here and the front of the jaw to be there. I don't know. If I knew, I wouldn't be doing this. But that's your conundrum for the day, is to try to find something very similar, or or find someone that's an expert and send him the video and get him the first one that can tell me what this is. Obviously, wins the eagle. But I have, as I said, I have no clue. And when the right name comes in, then I'll be able to backtrack and check it out. Uh, but this is very interesting, and this fossil may have great value, and it may not. I mean, it may be worth a couple of $100 or $500, or it might be worth thousands of dollars. I have no idea. It's a beautiful. I wish I had 10 of them. I mean, it's just a beautiful, beautiful piece of fossil. And I can. I don't think it'll do any good to put my loop on it, but we can. We surely can loop it a little and see. Let's see what these teeth really are like. You can see how they're flat. And you can see how worn they are. So this wasn't a baby. And then maybe from the size of the of the of the animal, you can figure I would have to go along with the theory that this animal was mature, just because of the general wear, the amount of wear on these molars. So, and if anybody needs any other angle on this, I'd be more than happy to provide it. As I said, let me back up so you can get a look at the entire thing. This is the top. Well, I don't know. Don't quote me there. This, this here could be a nasal passage. This bone here doesn't seem like it was snapped off. So if that was something that would signify that there had to be some real muscle in here, like a trunk or something. So for that to be so sturdy, because if this is the top, then the brain would have been up here somewhere. But it's very interesting. I'm very fond of this, and I'm very happy the guy gave it to me. Since he's been dead about 20 years. He didn't remember where he got it. He didn't know where it came from, and so it doesn't help us that much. But if anybody out there, we'll give it one more twist around here. If anybody out there can tell me what this is, it's good for an eagle. And if you know anybody, you know that you might know somebody. If you're at college, you might know somebody at college. You might be able to take a couple pictures off of this, and take it into them and show them. See, these things are what fascinate me. These on both sides. You can get a look at them that way. And then, of course, there's the overall view. And I thank you very much for your time. And please leave any comment you feel free to leave. And maybe we can figure this thing out.